Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the DC Collectibles Red Hood and the Outlaws Starfire. From the new pages of the new 52, this comes to us from the folks over at DC Collectibles. These have now just started showing up in comic book stores, and Spot was lucky enough to actually find all three of them, including Red Hood, which seems to be the hardest to find of the three. There is a warning, choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years of age, but I don't see really any small parts necessarily on Starfire. But then again, for a figure that ultimately cost $28 to pick up, probably not be giving this to a child to be playing with. Children are so happy to be playing with anything. Just give them give them a figure that's $5, maybe not one that's $28. On the side, a really nice image of Starfire, sculpted by Jack Matthews, over there. And on the back, the other two figures that make up the set of three, Arsenal, Starfire, and Red Hood. Red Hood will be coming up next as well, his review. The read-up says, from Tamaranian, the princess to slave to outlaw, the intergalactic superhero Starfire is all ablaze with this all-new action figure based on the designs from her action-packed monthly comic book, Red Hood and the Outlaws. For more product info and more, check out DC Comics at dccomics.com. You can also head over to your comic shop locator service at comicsshoplocator.com. One thing Spot always encourages is support your local comic book stores. They allow you the opportunity to pick up figures such as Starfire here. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at Starfire. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Alright, so getting Starfire out of packaging once again. Sadly, it doesn't come with any sort of display base. It's kind of disappointing, especially with Starfire, because Starfire's hair kind of makes her a bit back-heavy. Luckily, though, posing and adjusting the legs and accordingly, you can still get her to stand. But yeah, she does have a bit of a back heaviness that a display stand certainly would have helped. Also, too, a beautiful looking back hair sculpt. I mean, that's the one asset to this figure is the sculpt in the hair. And you can see that the hair transitions from being just a regular hair follicle to actual flame. And again, that transition works almost seamlessly, there we go, where you can see that it goes from a translucent flame right to the solid color of the hair. That, my friends, is seamlessly. Oh boy. But definitely a great figure, even if Spot can't pronounce seamlessly. The face, if we have a better look at it, is really nice. Nice color that they used, this kind of orangey color for her skin color there. But the eyes and the coloring on the lips, very, very nice. It also looks, too, that her eyes aren't a solid green, that it looks like she does have the slight indication of pupils, whereas just the areas right around the side, close to the corners of the eyes, are a little bit lighter. Gives you that slight indication of a pupil. She is a really nice piece, and I also like the purple that they've used too. It's not just straight metallic purple. It's kind of got like a pearl-esque purple coloring there. Again, all really equal out to a great looking figure. The downside, though, why she couldn't have come with a display stand. She has a peg hole on the underside of her foot. You could have easily had her, kind of standing. Or even if this figure, if you had like a flight stand, you could have kind of arched the legs, arched the feet down. You could have kind of had her levitating and really making use of the sculpt and the hair. But sadly, she doesn't come with a display stand. Really, for a figure that's, $28, kind of had hoped she could have She could have at least gotten more. And, you know, by a comparison, there is one of her other teammates. There is Arsenal. Arsenal at least came with a bow and an arrow. That's not a lot, and at least from being, you know, an archer, he should have at least come with those pieces. But the figure, I mean, unless you factor in, okay, yeah, she's got the additional sculpt, that works out that she doesn't come with accessories, but like this is her extra accessory. Maybe, but still, she could have come with a display stand. Display stands are such an inexpensive accessory that you can include with a figure, and why they don't include it is really beyond me. But yeah, a great side, great back profile of the hair, seamlessly going right into the flame there. I think I'm just going to get a t-shirt that says seamlessly. As for your articulation, Starfire does definitely have a fair bit, despite the fact that her hair is so big. I thought initially that her hair was articulated by the fact that her hair looks like it's been plugged into the actual hair area, but it's just the way it was assembled. She does have articulation in the head. I would say maybe be very careful when rotating the head because you're adding so much extra weight to it. When you're rotating it, you're going to have a little more resistance moving the head. As for the arms are on a ball hinge socket, so they do rotate out, rotate forward and back, and you'll also see too her shoulder pads move. So if you want to move her arms further up, kind of again, if you want to have her kind of levitating, the shoulder pads will allow you to do that. Equally, she has a rotation in the bicep, single bend in the hand, and also too, she might not even have seen it, but she also does have a rotation in the forearm. When you get to the torso, yeah, torso is sculpted, so you're not going to get any articulation there. However, the legs are on a ball hinge socket, a little ball joint socket. So they rotate out. She has a swivel in the upper thigh, right at the area where her boot is. Single bend at the knee, and a single hinge in the foot. But I mean, like again, you could have got some really neat poses from Starfire here, but sadly, she just doesn't come with a display stand. Like the one figure I would think if any figures could come with a display stand, you'd want to include it with Starfire here. A great looking figure though. I really had wanted to get Red Hood. I think of all the three figures in this series, Red Hood was the one I wanted to get. Starfire though ended up being like the gem in this set. In package, she's impressive. Out of package, she's even more so. She just needed a display stand. That's the only thing I'll say. Seamlessly going from hair to flame is also a really nice touch as well. Starfire, I'm going to give her a solid 8.5. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the DC Collectibles Red Hood and the Outlaws Starfire. Don't be going anywhere, guys. Spot's still got the review of Red Hood coming your way. He'll be coming right around the corner. Thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time. Seamlessly. See you guys later.